Hey guys, I bought this Fiat Stilo. It's a limited Michael Schumacher edition.
That was 3 years ago, and look how far we have come. We started this journey with a limited Michael Schumacher edition, and we took this project car back to Italy. The car was also featured in a famous Dutch auto show called Autoblog. We had our ups and downs with these Italian cars, but we learned from it. The hardest part was the timing belt that snapped, but we did not give up and replaced the engine. Like we said before, we had some fun the last few years. And yes, we are going to use that Brazilian bumper on the multi-wagon. Talking about the multi-wagon, in the last videos we removed the old engine from the car, and we did the timing belt on the Abarth engine. Mark did some hocus pocus with the gear selector cables, and we started the Abarth engine for the first time. The plan is to build the car that Fiat never made, the Fiat Stilo multi-wagon Abarth with a manual gearbox. And when we are finished, we will then take Mark's father-in-law on a road trip to Cologne, where we will visit the Michael Schumacher Museum. In the last episode, we tried to repair the gear selector cables, but since we want to do everything OEM, we decided to order the 1.9 JTD cables from Lithuania. And the packaging, well, never mind.
Anyways, gear linkage cables for the 1.9 JTD. Reason I wanted to have it OEM. Not this is sketchy. I don't want it. I want it to be OEM, and the 1.9 JTD has the same gear linkage cable. So I'm gonna install it off camera, and then we are going to continue to rebuild everything. Gearbox has been restored, of course, and this part is also new. And you just, oh man, just. That is new. Okay, time to bleed the clutch. So I ordered this one. Never used it before. Basically, it says it has to go all the way to 10 psi. Then it will basically just allow pressure going in here, and then hopefully I can bleed it down here. Basically, I just have to use this clip, pull it out just one time, and then pull this one out, and it will come out. Hopefully it works. Never done this before. That is close to 10 psi.
Mark is trying to use a vacuum pump which pushes the brake fluid through the brake pipes with a pressure of 10 psi. But this method is not working. We are probably doing something wrong, because the pump is connected to the brake reservoir, and the pressure is 10 psi. But even with the pipe removed, no brake fluid is coming out. So Mark went ahead and did it the old school way with pumping the clutch pedal. Maybe someone in the comments section can tell us what we did wrong.
Well guys, I have bled the clutch. The brake I will do at a later stage. But for now, there is no reason to be in here at all. So finally, I couldn't do anything because if I just would have installed everything back into the car, I would have to disassemble it again just to get to those clutch cables or whatever, you know, also to bleed the clutch, etc. You need to dismantle a lot of stuff. A lot of people ask me on Instagram or on Facebook, what do you need for this conversion? how does it work, etc. Well, first of all, this car came with the Vauxhall engine, or the Opel engine, the Z16 XEP, and I obviously removed that one. There was a collaboration between Fiat and General Motors, and so like in the Fiat Chroma, the Fiat Stilo from 2006 and upwards, they used the Opel or Vauxhall engines. Why? I don't know. I mean, the Fiat engines are better, not because I'm an Italian car lover, but it's true. Trust me, it's true. Anyways, they kept almost everything original. So there was an Opel engine in here, but I still use this original wiring loom that goes to the BCM, or the body control module, inside the car. This one is the original cable. This one here is the original cable. I did not touch it. So I removed the Vauxhall engine, got it out, installed the Fiat engine, got it running, went to Italy, came back, and now the 2.4 engine is in the car, and I still have the original wiring loom. You might say, okay, cool story, but what do you do to make this all work? So the thing that I changed, or what do you need, is obviously the fuel lines. This is something that you need because this part is pressed. This one is pressed also in, and which goes to here, and this one also, which is 2.4 specific. So you need those lines, or if you are good enough, you can only use this part. But since we are dealing with gasoline, I want to keep this everything OEM, so I simply replace those two lines. And it's very simple. You can unclip them here, unclip them below, unclip them from there. Obviously needs the exhaust, which I installed on a car off camera, because as you can see, there is no space to record. Anyways, very basic, very simple. It just hangs into rubbers, and well, that's the original exhaust. Of course, you need the mount, the subframe, and you need this beautiful engine.
In the last episode, we installed the aircon belt, and now it is time for the V-belt. The V-belt runs over the crankshaft and alternator pulley and is tensioned by the tensioner that Mark is pushing up so he can install the belt. You have to push it all the way up, otherwise the belt won't fit.
The main reason why people have problems with Italian cars are these. These are earth wires. And as you can see, they are completely corroded. There's one here. There's one on the right hand side of the car. There's one for the ABS module. Of course, ECU needs one. There is one on the back of the block. There's one here. And the other one, of course, goes to the gearbox. Clean it up together with the fuse box and you are probably good to go. Yep, also under 1.6.
Some of the earth wires are hard to get to, but trust me, your car will love you after you clean them up. Mark is now installing the battery box from the Fiat Bravo on the car. They are a little different from the Stilo version, but replacing a light bulb is now much easier because you can reach it better. With the battery tray installed, we can now install the fuse box, but first we need to connect both D4 connectors. These two connectors are known for causing intermittent faults. The fuse box has been taken apart and cleaned on the inside. The wiring for the BCM gets plugged in and we are ready to go for now. Time to install the front of the car. Everything is brand new, and we replaced the old rusty parts for new shiny parts. These are the clips for the bolts, and you need them to bolt both parts together. In goes the radiator for the coolant, the aircon condenser and cooling fan. We had to remove the aircon condenser because the bottom piece where the condenser sits on is different on the 2.4. We forgot to check that, but for now, let's install the front back on the car.
Well guys, the front is on. Well, of course not completely. I just inserted some bolts in here just to hold it in place, and I also need to install the airbox over there and the coolant lines and some plugs, etc., and wiring, of course. But I need to have some space so I can do this. So, gonna install the airbox. We installed the battery tray. Fuse box not completely connected yet because the fan module and the wiring is also connected to this one. Yeah, oh, it's coming together finally.
With the front installed, we can now install the remaining coolant pipes on the engine. Air filter box and MAF sensor have been installed, and now we also install both PCV pipes with brand new Abarth clamps. We install both clamps for the coolant reservoir, and we make sure the reservoir fits good in the car, since this is aftermarket. We then add fresh coolant in the system, and voila, we are done.
Well guys, I've got the suspension in. Let me turn on the light. Well, there she is. It's in. It's getting dark. As you can see, it's getting dark and I'm in between two cars. But hey, I really want to get this video out. I really want to drive it to see if it all works. So I'm gonna finish this off camera. Nothing special, to be honest. I'm not gonna finish the whole car of course, just to make sure that it drives and brakes. Then I'm all fine. Let's go, boys. You are not kidding me. Come on. Caliper does not fit. Let me show you. Oh no. Why? Oh man, look at that. Is almost nothing. So need to order a second-hand brake caliper because that's the fastest way. I can use this one. This is all fine. So I really didn't check it. I'm gonna be honest, I did not check it. So the disc from the multi-wagon is the same as the 2.4, so I thought, okay, then this will probably also be the same. But of course it is different. Seriously. And I only got this one from the donor car because this idiot had this one from the donor car also, but he thought it would be a great idea to sandblast it with all the holes open. So what happened? Sand got inside. I removed the piston and I scored the cylinder. And well, that one is in the bin, of course, because I can't use it. But I thought, okay, doesn't matter, I will do the brakes on a later time. I will just use the old one, but as you can see, it does not fit, which means I can't drive. Welcome in my life. Welcome. working on the street. Well, it is what it is. I'm gonna order second pair and I'm gonna finish tomorrow, which means I can't drive this car in this video. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Well guys, I installed the front crash bar and both headlights. Those are not the new ones. I've got a brand new one. I'm still waiting for the other one and I'm gonna replace them when I'm wrapping the car, so the bumper will get off again. And I'm gonna install some LEDs, so I'm not gonna keep it like this, but for now this will do. So time, oh what a mess. Anyways, time to install the bumper. After working my ass off for a few days, I'm completely dirty. I want to show you the bumper on the car. I really hope you like it. It's not finished, but you might get an idea. And look what arrived today. The replacement brake calipers for the 2.4 Abarth. But of course we have to wait. Well guys, it's the end of this video. I'm sorry that it's not driving, but it is what it is. I'm doing this in my spare time in the weekends. I have to work during the week, of course. I also hope that you like this bumper. Came all the way from Brazil. It cost a lot of money to get it here, so it's gonna completely change the front of the car and the appearance of the Fiat Stilo multi-wagon. I hope you liked it. Well, in the next video we are going to install the calipers. Of course, we're gonna lower the car on its wheels, get the exhaust fixed, and we are gonna drive it. And then of course we're also gonna start on the interior of the car. We're gonna do a complete makeover, and well, we'll see what happens. It's all fun. That's why I'm doing this. I'm just sharing my hobby with you. And if you like it, please hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.